Hi, everyone, and welcome to the episode 26 of Life Around Us.
My name is Aisha Abdulqader, and I am a certified coach, positive intelligence coach, and I am a co-author of the book She Dares.
How did you get into this field of coaching, and what did actually interest you to become a part of this field?
Well, coming into the coaching has a story, to be honest.
Okay.
Coaching was in my mind for a long time,
Okay.
but in 2019, I have gone through a hardship, a trauma, and because I had multiple traumas at different stages of my life, and when that incident happened, I thought, okay, that's it. I need to do something about it, So coaching was in my mind at that time, but I didn't know exactly what coaching is. So I started to do research and ask, friends about which institution I can join. And they recommended me CTI. So, right away I registered, and I feel it was like a call from within, that tells you need to do something, you need to change your life. And I listened to that, and I'm really blessed that I did.
That's amazing that because that's the most important thing, that you should take a step there, have some because a lot of people then later on regret that wanted to do this and we didn't make it. So can you tell us something about a PQ? How can we build up our mental fitness?
PQ is a concept in mental fitness. So mental fitness is basically our capacity in responding to life challenges with positive mindset. And as PQ coaches, we believe that there are, in any challenges or any circumstances that we pass through, there is a gift and opportunity. So PQ is basically the number of times that your mind, serves you rather than, working against you. So in the mental fitness, what we do basically, we help our clients to build the habit of shifting from negative thinking to positive thinking. So the end result will be peak performance, healthy relationships, reduce stress and anxiety during the day. And I myself have tried that, So I started the positive intelligence and mental fitness with myself. Then I, try to get the training to be a certified positive intelligence coach.
Okay, that's amazing. And can you also tell us something about the two modes of our mind?
Yeah, you mean the sage and saboteurs?
Stage, yeah, saboteur.
Okay, so basically, most of our negative thoughts, which we call them in coaching, term saboteurs, most of them are in the left side of the brain. And we use, factor analysis for defining those saboteurs. So we don't say that there are like 50 saboteurs. No, we use factor analysis, which says that finding the root cause, can result in radical simplification. So we have only 10 types of negative thoughts. Yeah, and these are the one that, always creates lots of negative or uncomfortable emotions within us. And on the other hand is sage, and sage has 5 major powers. So we can use any sage power when we want to manage our negative thoughts. But basically, this is the concept of mental fitness. During the positive intelligence program that I provide, usually what we do, we use lots of tools, which is related to positive intelligence. By that way, we help the clients to build the habit. So building the habit is the key, in making our thoughts positive.
Yeah, that's true. Can you also tell us something about, like the most challenging case or a client that you ever had, and how did you deal with it, and what
In
was it?
coaching,
Yeah.
well, it was this was so challenging, to be honest. I had a client who I remember I posted an ad in the Instagram, and around evening time, 11 o'clock, a lady called me, and she was in suicidal stage. And I was so, panic, and I didn't know. I was at the beginning of my coaching, Then I tried to acknowledge her and calm her, and finally I managed, to help her to go to, a psychiatrist or like medical side, because suicidal cases are, it's beyond our scope. So after 1 year, she called me. Actually, she got in touch with me, and she was safe, and she was so happy, and she thanks me a lot for what I did. She has gone through multiple therapies, and she was okay, and I was so happy with that.
I'm sure that's really amazing, and that's also that makes you happy, when people tells you that you what you are doing is really helping them. So that's great. So I wanted to know that out of this field of coaching, what actually inspired you to write your book, She Dares?
Do you know, Hamna, when we set the intentions, things start to come. And writing a book was one of my intentions. I didn't have any plan for it, but I used to tell my sister, and my friends, I will write a book one day. I will write a book one day. And it was in my plan, but I didn't put a deadline for that, yeah, I will write a book in 2021. No, it was not there. But it was my
Exactly.
intention, really, to share my stories, because I think the stories that I have, the things that I've experienced in my life can bring light to other people's life, people who are going through, trauma, shocks, hardships in their life. So that's why I've received an email. And I took that opportunity and started, and I'm really blessed for that. I'm really happy that I did.
That's great. Can you tell us like something, what was your favorite part in that book? Something if you can tell us right now.
I will tell you something, Hannah. While writing the book, I've realized things about myself, and it was amazing that by writing and, even going through the hard times in your life, when you sit with yourself, when you explore yourself, you will realize things about yourself. And that was the best part for me, that I've learned many things about myself.
I'm sure, because also actually even I'm fond of writing a lot, and even when I am doing something like that, so I used to say like, oh God, this is hard as has to, and sometimes you come up with the solution of your own problems, I think, while you're writing. So
exactly, that's right. That's right. That's the beauty of writing, and beauty of writing without judging ourselves.
Exactly. What do you think, like, that I think that sometimes negative emotions are also helpful. What do you think about it?
Definitely. Without negative emotions, we don't know how to manage our life, because if you think about it, if you think about pain, for example, pain is something, uncomfortable, right? In the same way, negative emotions are also, they have lots of messages and learning within them. So once we have the negative emotions, we know that, okay, we need to ask ourselves whether we got the learning from negative emotions. Did I get the message or not? Then if we get it, then we need to move forward and do something about it. staying in negative emotions for more than 2 or 3 seconds, I mean, or 10 seconds, it will be so harmful for us. And that's why we work on our mental fitness, to learn how to
Exactly.
manage those negative emotions that are generated by our negative thoughts.
That's true. That's actually true. So did you also, like, I'm sure that, while this going through this process of coaching, you might also have just, seen a lot of changes in yourself as well, as being the coach, as learning from people's how their experiences, their problems. I'm sure it's a learning process for ourselves as well.
Definitely it is, definitely, yes.
So what do you think, like, what is success? What does success means to you?
Success means lots of things. Success means for me, when I see the result of my coaching on others, when I see the other person that I'm coaching, that I'm sharing my knowledge with, he's evolving and thriving, that is success for me. And I feel so happy when I see the clients change their life, transform their life, and living exactly the life that they are truly born for.
Oh, that's true, totally. So I have like a few quick fire rounds, questions for you. So number one is, like, what is your biggest fear?
That's a very great question. As coaches, if I was not coach, I will tell you that I have lots of fears. As coaches also, we have fears, but the good thing about coaching and the personal development and personal growth path that we take is that we learn how to deal with our fears. If you ask me, like, what is your biggest fear, is let me be honest with you, being lonely. I mean, loneliness is something so painful. It used to be so painful for me. But one thing that we teach also in mental fitness and positive intelligence is something we have, it's called the 3 gifts of sage. And in that technique, we learn that, okay, even with your fears, there are gifts, there are skills that you will gain from those fears, and you can use them, in your life later on, in long run. So every fear also, there is also opportunity and gift in that.
That's totally true. And I want to know that what is your favorite book and your favorite author?
One of the authors that I like very much is Paulo Coelho.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Okay, the authors that I like is one of them is Paulo Coelho. I love his books. And one of the books that impacted me a lot, and that was the sparkle of personal development and growth maybe in me, was the book of Living, Loving and Learning by Leo Pascalia, if you know him.
I heard, but never.
Yeah, they used to call him Dr. Love. That is very, it's a very simple book. And if I share with you one learning that I had from that book, is that we can enjoy the simplest things in our life. I mean, for happiness, we don't need big things. Even with the small things and small moments, we can be happy, and that's a choice.
That's true, exactly. Because, when we keep looking for more, we can never be happy. So we should definitely be content what we have in our lives. And that's really true. So if you could go back in time, like, if you could go back in any year that you would want to, so what year and what time that would be?
Love this question. This is a very beautiful question. I would like to go back to many years. It's not only 1 year, it's multiple years.
Sure.
Like in 2019, when I started the coaching, and I just the coaching was something that I loved too much. The space of coaching, the training, the people, like-minded people brought lots of joy to me. So 2019, even I've gone through trauma, but at the same time, it was a very good year for me.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that, with all these air and everything and all the people that you are healing, it's also a great thing to do. And I'm sure it also requires a lot of, because of um, listening, because I think that this is a kind of a thing that, when you're listening to people's problem, there's a time when you feel, low yourself sometimes. But you, at the same time, you have to give them hope. So that's, I think, and that's what people need right now. And especially since the time of COVID, there's a lot of, I think, anxiety, depression, a lot of these things which are increasing. So I just hope these things also get fine, and I wish you all the best for that. And you are doing amazing.
Thank you so much.
Truly transforming people's life. So is there anything else you would like to add before we just wrap this up?
No, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity,
Hamna. It was my pleasure to connect with you.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was lovely to meet you too.
Same here. I hope you visit Bahrain someday. It's really close by.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Who knows?
Yeah, definitely. So, so hope to stay in touch. And also, I would like to know one more thing from you. That if you, if you had to give one name, if you, had to recommend someone who you want to see on the podcast, so what name that would be? Anyone, if you want to recommend.
From the book or
anyone? Totally up
anyone.
To yeah, anyone.
Very difficult question, because there are lots of people, that I would love to see in podcasts. There is my lovely friend from Saudi Arabia. She's also a coach, and we were we started the journey of coaching together. And her name is Sarah Kamal. I would love to see her in this in the podcast as well.
Oh, definitely. Why not? I would love to know about her more, and inshallah, why not? So thank you, Aisha. It was lovely talking to you, and I hope to stay in touch with you. And
sure. Thank you so much. And if you anytime were in Dubai, just let me know.
Definitely. My father lives in Dubai, so I do come a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Just let me know.
Thank you so much, Aisha. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too, dear. Take care of yourself. Bye.